So today's episode is focusing on decluttering your wardrobe. It's a hugely important step to finding your personal style, and it's massively underrated and people don't do it. And really, you should be doing it a few times a year. I'm going to run through my tips to do that. But before I do, I'd like to ask you a few questions about your wardrobe. So first of all, do you stand in front of the wardrobe often despairing, wondering what to wear, despite the fact that you've got a wardrobe stuffed full of clothes? How many times have we heard that saying? I mean, it is a bit of a cliche, isn't it? Wardrobe stuffed full of clothes, nothing to wear, help, etc. But it just happens up and down the country, around the world, because people leave clothes languishing in their wardrobe often for years that they don't wear, they don't love, that don't bring them any joy and don't reflect who they are today. So open your wardrobe and have a look and have a really long, hard look. How many clothes have you got in there? What proportion of your wardrobe do you actually wear? Do you find yourself standing in front of the wardrobe often on a work day when you've got important things happening and you're struggling to pull together a great outfit that's going to make sure you feel confident for the work you've got ahead, maybe a presentation, some meetings? Your wardrobe is holding you back if you're standing there and you don't have the right things quickly and easily to put on to create a great outfit that's going to make you feel really confident. How about when you need to find an outfit for an event? So you get invited to a wedding, or you get invited to a special dinner, a work dinner, or a date night, or anything like that, something that's a bit more elevated when you need some statement pieces. Do you struggle to pull together an outfit then and really wonder what to wear? Well, on the Star Stories podcast, I'm going to be taking you through all the steps to get a winning wardrobe, my winning wardrobe formula. And every good wardrobe starts with a declutter. Even if you're already a really stylish person, it's really common to lose your way with your style because we evolve all the time. And also there's lots of choice in the shops. Sometimes we change and don't really realise we've changed, and then our clothes aren't speaking to us anymore. There are so many factors that mean your wardrobe may have been working for you once upon a time, but isn't working for you anymore. And it's always good to take a step back and really reflect on what you need from your wardrobe now and make sure it's delivering for you today and who you are today and reflects who you are, because what you wear is a huge part of your identity, and clothes really do matter, especially with confidence. So I'm going to get into this because it's a highly underrated activity that's going to have a hugely positive effect on your style straight away. It doesn't cost any money. It's a practical thing that you can do at home that's going to make sure that you shop more efficiently going forward, make less mistakes, and don't double up on things as well. If you have a proper declutter, you can really see what you've already got in the wardrobe. It's actually really common when I do my professional wardrobe edits for my clients, my one-to-one clients in real life. When I do it, I often find that people have the same item on repeat. So they'll get themselves in a style rut. They'll get used to buying one kind of thing that they know works, and then they'll buy that item on repeat. So they'll have lots of versions of that item. And they find it really difficult to break out of that style rut because they don't have ideas about what to do next, don't want to waste money on the wrong thing, and also don't really have that confidence and clarity in their personal style. So this process, decluttering, is the first step to getting a stylish wardrobe. It's the first step to getting a functional wardrobe as well. And it's the first step to getting rid of clutter, obviously, but having more outfits and less clothes. So it's hugely important, and it's really cathartic. It's such a cathartic process as well. The clients always say to me when I've done a wardrobe edit, oh my goodness, I can't believe I was hanging on to all that stuff. I get them in and out of all of the clothes in the wardrobe as well to make sure things fit. And, you know, a lot of it's feeling as well. Clothes that may have made you feel good a few years ago might not make you feel good anymore, and those clothes need to go, and you need to leave your guilt at the door. So I'm going to go into that as well in a second. So every good wardrobe really does start with a declutter. I guarantee after you've done this, you'll feel instantly more confident, you'll have more clarity, your mind will be less cluttered. You'll be able to make decisions about what to buy or what not to buy a lot more easily, and actually the guilt will start to dissipate. So if you feel guilty about getting rid of clothes that are perfectly good that you're not wearing, it's important to try and let that go, because all those things are clutter. We need to assess if the clothes you currently have in your wardrobe really are serving who you are today. Maybe your life has changed, your lifestyle has changed. You've moved from the city to the countryside. Your children aren't young anymore. You've been promoted to a senior position. You've got a new job. You've got divorced. You're starting out again. There are millions. I could go through many, many reasons why a wardrobe that was reflecting who you were a few years ago isn't reflecting who you are now, and why it's a really good thing to make sure that your wardrobe is serving you and delivering for you today. So I'm going to go through 3 steps. I want to keep it simple. 3 steps on decluttering your wardrobe in a really effective and efficient way. And I do guarantee after this, you'll feel so much lighter and brighter. So after this podcast, maybe not immediately, obviously, have a listen to this and then set aside, if you can, around 3 hours. When I edit my clients' wardrobes, it generally takes 3 hours, unless they've got loads of clothes. I do take an assistant with me as well, but she photographs all the clothes that we keep to put into a virtual wardrobe for them. But we are decluttering, we're getting them in and out of clothes. It takes a bit of time to do it thoroughly. So if you can, set aside maybe 2 hours, that could do it. But if you can, maybe 3 hours. So step 1, take absolutely everything out of the wardrobe. And I mean, literally everything. Everything needs to come out of the wardrobe so you can have a really good, thorough look at it. And you can start now to make piles of clothes. So you've got a maybe pile. So something that you take out the wardrobe, you haven't really worn it recently, you're not sure why, you still kind of like it. So put that in the maybe pile. When I first started this podcast, I used to say, if you haven't worn it in a year, get rid of it. That's too harsh, especially now with all this, fast fashion. And we really need to be a lot more mindful about the clothes that we keep and the clothes that we get rid of. So have your maybe pile. You're not sure. You kind of like this thing. Maybe you're not sure how to wear it. Maybe you don't have the right pieces in your wardrobe to wear that at the moment. So we can work on the maybe pile. Then have a definitely going pile. So these are clothes that I actually pick things out of my wardrobe sometimes that make me recoil, that I used to love. I'm just like, oh my God, I would never wear that again. Fashions change. I'm not particularly trend-led myself. But the thing is, I don't feel like wearing certain clothes in my wardrobe anymore, because what I enjoy wearing and my aesthetic and what appeals to me has changed over the years. As I've got older, as I've looked around and really got more confident and sure on the things that I like, that make my heart sing, that make me feel like me. So this is what's so, so important about, regularly decluttering your wardrobe and making sure it delivers for who you are today, is that when we are more authentically ourselves, confidence grows in everything that we say and we do and that we wear as well. If it's authentically you, it makes you feel like you, then you're going to look more comfortable, you're going to feel more comfortable, and you're going to look a whole lot more confident in it. So confidence really is stylish. Okay, so you've got your pile of maybe, you've got your pile of definitely going. Then you've got a worn out pile as well. So the pile of definitely going can be given to charity. So if they're good enough to go to charity, put that in the definitely going but given to charity pile. And then you've got another pile, which is a worn out pile. So things that have gone bobbly, lost their shape, things that have got stains on the collar that are never going to come out, jeans where the knees have just gone baggy or the bum's gone baggy, that kind of thing. So get those things that are no good out, and they can go to a clothing bank or something similar like that, making sure that we avoid putting them in landfill. But there are clothing banks all around that you can find to get rid of those kinds of clothes that aren't really decent enough to give to a charity shop, that they wouldn't really make any money from. So have all those piles. And also, I think a lot of people will have a pile of things perhaps that they used to be able to fit into, but they can't fit into them anymore. So that's quite a toxic thing to do, to hang on to clothes in your wardrobe that fitted you a few years ago. Looking at that every day is not going to make you feel good. Be brutal. Get those things out. Get them out the way. Give them to someone else. Give them to charity. Unless you're really on some kind of mission to lose weight and you think you'll still love that item after you have, then keep it. But often as well, if you are on that journey and you've lost weight, or you want to lose weight and you fit back into the said piece that I'm talking about, often you don't even really like it anymore because it represents a different you in a different time from the past. So Lisa 2021 is different to Lisa 2023. I've changed, and I've changed my wardrobe with my style to match who I am and how I feel today. And that's why decluttering your wardrobe maybe at least twice a year is hugely valuable. It's a hugely valuable thing to do and process. Okay, so now we've got our piles of clothes all out of the wardrobe. The next step, look at the keep pile. So you've got a pile of things that you are going to keep that you really still like. I think I've missed out the keep pile. Get the keep pile as well. So you've got the maybe pile, the worn out pile. You've got the pile of clothes that don't fit you anymore, and you're going to have your keep pile as well. So things that you really like, you're wearing all the time, you love them, they might be quite new, but you are getting wear and you're getting value out of them. That's your keep pile. Look at your keep pile. What kinds of clothes do you have in there? So a really great wardrobe should have around 70% of day-to-day wardrobe staples. The rest is going to be made up of things like statement pieces for when you go to a special event or date night, things like that. But most of the time we need, if we're at work 5 days a week, then we need quite a lot of work clothes. Many people are hybrid working now, so you need a mix of comfortable clothes for working from home and also clothes for when you go into the office or into the workplace. How often do you dress up? How often do you actually go to a really formal event that requires dressing up? How often do you go out to the pub disco, etc.? So work out what your lifestyle needs from your wardrobe, because your wardrobe needs to deliver that for you. Look at your keep pile. What proportion of that keep pile is maybe statement pieces? Now, I'm a magpie shopper, so I am always dazzled by the sequins, the sparkles, the tall skirts, pretty dresses, all of that kind of stuff. What I do now is I make sure I can wear those pieces on a day-to-day basis, because if I can only wear them when I'm going to some kind of special event, they're hardly going to get anywhere. It's all right to have a few of those pieces, but make sure that you haven't got a huge amount of those, because otherwise your wardrobe just won't be wearable on a day-to-day basis. Have you got much tailoring in there? Do you need much tailoring? I find that we all need a little sprinkling of tailoring in our wardrobe. It helps to pull things together. It helps when you want to feel smarter. If you get invited to a lunch or something, you've got a dress, throw on a blazer, you look pulled together. Jackets are really important. Jackets are one of the majorly key items you can have in your wardrobe to instantly create outfits. You can just be wearing a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and a pair of trainers, all quite simple, all very wardrobe staple, wardrobe basic. Throw on a really pretty jacket, boom, you've got a great outfit, and that is really easy. So I'm really huge on jackets, and I will go into outfit building in later episodes of this podcast in this new series. And I'm also going to be getting into the questions that I've been posed and asked by the listeners as well in later episodes. But I digress, sorry. Jackets are hugely important. So I have a leather jacket. I've got a nice quilted, pretty jacket, cardigans, things like that. It's like the third piece of an outfit. Have you got many of those? Have you got any blazers? Just check and see what you have. Maybe they're lacking. Maybe your wardrobe is full of just practical items. So just the jeans and the t-shirts, a practical jacket for when it rains. In that case, your wardrobe is just going to feel practical and not very special. Do you think you feel smart enough when you need to? Have you got the tailoring in there, that sprinkling of tailoring that's going to pull things together? look at this keep pile. Just really ask yourself, have you got too many basics? Have you got too many practical things, too many statement things? What is it? What is making it difficult to pull outfits together? Is everything quite old now? Even in your keep pile, is everything quite dated? Could it do with a refresh? Think about your lifestyle. Think about what you need and how your wardrobe needs to deliver for you, and then look at your keep pile of clothes and see what's left. Step 3, put everything back from your keep pile into the wardrobe in an organised way. I like to categorise, so I would have dresses in one section and then I would colour code within that section. Trousers, tops, jackets, and then you would just put all the blue dresses there and then going into red or pink. Is quite a nice way to do it because it just makes it look nice when you open the wardrobe. I would highly recommend not using dry cleaning wire hangers as well, because they ruin shoulders in clothes and they just don't look very nice. Order some huggable hangers. You can get big packs of them on Amazon. So they're the ones that have got the velvet around them on the hanger, and they look really nice in the wardrobe and they're quite good for your clothes. And also because they've got that velvet, things don't tend to slip off. So if you've got anything silky, they'll stay on the hanger. Ideally, fold jumpers and put your jumpers elsewhere because that takes up a lot of space in the wardrobe. And obviously make sure that if you're putting jumpers in cubby holes or in drawers, that you use moth protection for those. Many a client of mine has had their jumpers and cashmere ruined by not putting not putting moth protection into the wardrobe as well. So that's really, really important. So when I get on a roll, I do just get on a roll, and here I am. So everything's gone back into the wardrobe, and now the important thing is to find your list of wardrobe gaps. Huge thing that could be missing is jackets. Another huge thing is having the wrong shoes. If you've got great clothes, but you haven't got the right shoes, you're going to struggle to pull outfits together. If you haven't got any jackets, you haven't really got any outfits either. I'm quite passionate about that. This is a much more efficient and focused way to shop. You've now got your keep pile organised into the wardrobe. So you're not going to double up on anything next time you shop. Which of the clothes in your wardrobe make your heart sing? What items do you really enjoy wearing? This is going to start giving you an insight into your specific personal style, which is the most important part of this journey. So I teach people, and I've taught people in my courses, my online courses, that there is a winning wardrobe formula, and that is made up of these steps. You start with a declutter, which we're doing today. The next step is you get clear on your colour palette to make sure you know which colours suit you. The next step is to work out your body shape, because fit is really, really important. So make sure your clothes fit and flatter your body shape. The next step, which is the most important step, is to find your personal style. So this process that we're doing now is going to give you an insight into your personal style. What clothes are you enjoying wearing now? You don't need to enjoy wearing the same clothes throughout your whole life, because as I keep banging on, we evolve a lot all the time. Things happen in life and we change, and we're making our wardrobe adapt to speak to who we are today and to reflect ourselves to outwardly, authentically. And also, it's part of your identity and who you are today. So now you've decluttered, you should have quite an insight into the clothes that are appealing to you, which will give you an idea of your style. Are a lot of the clothes in there quite classic? Are they more relaxed? What kind of dresser are you? How would you describe the clothes that are left in the wardrobe? And that's going to give you an insight into your personal style. And in future episodes, I'm going to be going into that in a lot more depth. So when I do an episode in this new series about finding your personal style, I'm going to help you to just discover where your aesthetic lies, because that's the most powerful thing you can find out, because it's part of your identity, but also it really helps to shop more efficiently and put together outfits that feel like you. So good luck with your decluttering. I'd love to hear from you and let me know how you get on. You can always drop me an email, lisa@lisagilbystyle.com. If there's anything that you would like me to cover on the podcast specifically, then again, drop me an email. I would love to hear from you. You can follow me over on Instagram, which is @lisagilbystylist. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed that episode, and happy decluttering. See you next time.